Hello and namaste. I'm going to be leading a calming flow. If you are really anxious and um, having trouble like focusing, this should be very calming and grounding. And what we're going to do is we're going to start in a standing position, standing up nice and tall. And then maybe lifting up our toes off the mat. And then dropping them one at a time until all of our toes are on the ground. Just really feeling our feet rooted to the floor beneath. And we're just going to take a couple cleansing breaths together. Together we're going to inhale through our nose, filling up our belly, our chest, our lungs. And at the top, we're going to sigh out the mouth as we exhale. One more of those, filling up our belly, our chest, our lungs. Holding it at the top, and as we exhale, letting it all go, go, go. And then continue this deep breathing through your nose. Ujjayi breath, also known as victorious breathing. And then maybe as we inhale, lifting up our shoulders towards our ears. And as we exhale, letting it go. One more, inhaling, raising up our shoulder blades towards our ears. And as we exhale, dropping them to the floor. We're going to do some more breath with movement. As we inhale, we're going to raise our arms up overhead. And as we exhale, bringing our hands down towards the floor. Inhale to rise. And exhale as we come down. Breath with movement, like waves crashing on the shore. Then we're going to have our hands at heart center. Closing our eyes, setting an intention. Feeling grounded, feeling safe, feeling secure. And when you own your own breath, no one can steal your peace, and that peace in the present moment. And together we're going to inhale, raising our arms up overhead, mountain pose. And then grabbing on to our right wrist as we exhale, leaning over to the left side. And maybe looking up towards our top hand here. On our next inhale, rising up. And switching hands, grabbing our left wrist as we exhale, falling over to the right side. And just noticing how this side feels different than the other side. Inhale, back to stand. And as we exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana, hinging at the hips. In a forward fold. And if you'd like, you can heel toe your feet hip width distance. And then you can have your hands reach towards the floor. You can grab opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. You can clasp your hands behind your back for a little shoulder extension. Just doing whatever forward fold variation is good for you. And you can stay still, or if you'd like, you can gently sway side to side, like branches moving in the wind. And for more of a hamstring stretch, straightening your legs. And for more of a lower back stretch, you can bend your knees, just doing what feels good for you, for your body today. I'll show you from a side view. And then this is just a great posture to help blood flow, getting oxygen to our brain. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. And then we'll drop our hands towards the floor. We're going to take our left hand, place it in the middle here. And we're going to reach our right arm up towards the ceiling. And having a bend in our left leg, straightening our right for a little gentle twist here. dropping our right hand to the ground, bringing our right hand in the center, having a bend in our right knee as we twist open to the left side, raising our left arm up towards the ceiling and sky. And dropping our hand to the ground. We'll bring our feet back to touch. On our next inhale, we're going to slowly rise up one vertebrae at a time till our neck and head is the very last point. As we inhale, arms up overhead, mountain pose. And as we exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, looking about a foot in front of us, relaxing our neck, extending our spine long here, moving our shoulders away from our ears. Exhale, dropping our hands down, forward fold. Planting the hands down, stepping back or jumping back to a high plank, push-up position. Making sure that our hands are firmly pressed wide here. Activating our core, shoulders stacking over our wrists. And together we're going to inhale, leaning forward. And as we exhale, we're going to drop all the way down or halfway down, Chaturanga. As we inhale, flipping our feet, tops of our feet to the ground, upward facing dog. Low back bend, shoulders away from the ears, looking above. As we exhale, raising our sit bones up towards the ceiling and sky, downward facing dog. And go ahead and pedal out your feet here. Stretching out your hamstrings, walking the dog. Making sure that our hands are firmly pressed wide here. Weight distributed evenly. And then once we come to stillness, lengthening our spine here. And it's okay to have a bend in our legs. And it's all right if your heels aren't quite hitting the floor. It takes time and practice. And as we inhale, bending our knees, looking forward. And as we exhale, walking or jumping to the front in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raising our arms up overhead, mountain pose. As we exhale, hands at heart center, Samastitihi, prayer pose. We'll go ahead and do that once more through. Inhale, arms up overhead. As we exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthening our spine here, relaxing our neck. Exhale, forward fold. Planting the hands down, stepping or jumping back to a high plank. Inhale, leaning forward. Exhale, dropping halfway or all the way down, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, flipping our feet, pushing off of our hands, low back bend, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, pushing off our hands, raising our sit bones up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhale, traveling to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raising the arms up overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, hands at heart center, Samastitihi, prayer pose. And just taking a moment here, feeling our feet rooted. As we inhale, arms up overhead. And as we exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Planting the hands down, stepping our right foot back, dropping our right knee, untucking the toes. Rising up, low crescent lunge here. Making sure that our hips are squared forward, sending our left hip back, right hip forward. And once you have that alignment, arms up overhead. And then just making sure we're relaxing our shoulders down our back and maybe spiraling our pinkies inward towards each other. And then placing our right hand on our left knee, twisting open to the left side, extending our left arm long behind us. And your hand can stay on your knee, or if you'd like, you can extend your right arm long. And on your next inhale, we're going to drop our left arm towards our right back thigh. And then extending our right arm up towards the ceiling. And then on our next exhale, we're going to take both hands, framing our front foot. And then we're going to meet in a halfway split. So moving our foot maybe a little bit more forward, our left foot forward, maybe moving our right knee a little bit back. And then once you're ready, sitting back on our heels, lengthening our left leg, feeling that stretch in our left hamstring. And then just consciously sending our breath to that area. And it's okay if your leg's not completely straight. You can have a bend in it. And if full split is in your practice, go ahead and do that. It's currently not in my repertoire, but maybe one day. And on our next exhale, rocking forward. And we're going to meet in a runner's lunge, also known as lizard's pose. So heel toeing our left foot to the outside of the mat, placing our left hand on the inner part of our leg. And there's a few variations we can do. You can have your knee on the ground. You can raise your right knee off the ground. You can come to your forearms. Just doing what feels good for you today. Option to do some hip circles, going one direction, and then going the opposite way. And then for a deeper stretch, you can come on to the outer edge of your left foot on the knife edge, moving your left knee to the left side. And then we're going to drop our right knee, untuck our toes. And then we're going to meet in a pigeon pose, taking our left knee, placing it between our hands, left foot on the right side. Making sure that our right foot is pointing straight behind. And as we inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And as we exhale, folding down. Dropping our forehead to the earth. And we carry a lot of tension and trauma in our hips, so making sure that we're breathing here nice and deeply. Whenever we're in an uncomfortable situation, owning your breath will help you get to that peaceful state of mind. On our next inhale, we'll rise back up. And then we're going to meet in a downward facing dog, placing our hands down, sending our left foot to meet our right. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhale, walking or jumping to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. And then stepping our left foot back, dropping our left knee, untucking our toes. And once you're ready, rising up, low crescent lunge, maybe checking in with our alignment. And then just making sure our front knee's not over our toes, our knees directly over our ankle. Then arms up overhead, relaxing our shoulders down our back here. Owning your breath. Placing your left hand on your right knee. Twisting open to the right side. You can have your hand stay on your knee if you'd like. Raising your left arm up. Arms extended long across the horizon. And then we're going to drop our right hand to our left leg, raising our left arm up towards the sky. And then looking up towards our top hand for a little bit more of a challenge. And then on our exhale, folding forward, framing our right foot. And then maybe moving our right foot a little bit forward, our left knee a little bit back. And then sitting back on our heels for a half split. Maybe this side is more tight, maybe it's more loose. Just taking note of that, just accepting for what it is. And then just breathing into that space. And then on our next exhale, rocking forward. And then moving our right foot to the outside, heel toeing it out. And then taking that runner's lunge, lizard's pose, the same variation you did on the other side. Yoga is about balancing both the left and the right equally, giving it both the same amount of love and care. Maybe coming onto the knife edge of your right foot. And if your knee is raised, go ahead and drop it to the floor. Untuck our toes. Then we'll meet in pigeon pose with our right leg, right knee in between the hands, right foot on the left side. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall, nice and proud. And as we exhale, folding forward, dropping our forehead to the earth. And you can always use your arms as a pillow here for your forehead. On our next inhale, rising back up. Meeting in a downward facing dog. Bringing our right foot to meet our left. Inhale, bending the knees. Exhale, traveling to the front. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raising the arms up overhead, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands at heart center, Samastitihi, prayer pose. We're going to do a couple balancing postures, and then we'll do a nice little cool down at the end. So putting weight onto our left side as we inhale, raising our right knee off the ground. And then our right leg's about 90-degree angle, flexing our toes towards our body. And then making sure we're standing up nice and tall. And then we're going to come to move our right knee over to the outside. And then option to extend your left arm long. And maybe looking towards our left hand for a little bit more of a challenge. Then we'll bring our knee back to center. Then we're going to bend our right leg. And we're going to grab it with our right hand. You can either grab it on the outside or the inside part of our ankle. We're going to meet in a dancer's pose. As we inhale, we're going to lengthen our left arm long in front. And as we exhale, we're going to lean forward, kicking our right foot into our hand. Trying to raise our foot maybe just a little bit higher, trying to square our hips forward. And whenever we're balancing, just looking at one non-moving point can help your focus, your concentration, also known as your drishti. Owning your breath here. And then once you're ready, meeting back up, one-legged mountain pose. And then hugging our leg into our body, just giving a nice little squeeze, a little love and care. And then we're going to meet in a tree pose, bringing our foot on the inner part of our leg, right knee to the outside. And there's a few levels and variations. Level 1, toes on the ground, heel above the ankle. Level 2, foot below the knee. Level 3, placing our foot above the knee. You can have hands at heart center. You can have hands out to the side. You can move your arms around like branches in the wind. You can have hands up overhead. And for more of a challenge, you can close your eyes, trusting your intuition. Some days I can do it, some days I can't. it's working well for me today. That's the beauty in yoga. It's about learning, growing, falling, and overcoming. It's a long journey in practice. And then dropping our right leg down, shaking out our legs. And we'll do the other side, putting weight onto our right side as we inhale, raising our left knee off the ground, one-legged mountain pose. Having our left leg 90-degree angle, flexing our left toes towards our body. Left hand on left knee, moving our left knee over to the outside, extending our right arm long, and then maybe looking towards our right hand for more of a challenge. Bringing our knee back to center. Bending our left leg, grabbing with our left hand, either at the inner or outer part of our foot. Inhale, leaning, extending our right arm long. As we exhale, leaning a little bit more forward, kicking our foot a little bit higher into our hand. Owning your breath here. It's okay if you're a little jittery. Our standing leg doesn't need to be completely straight. You can have a micro bend in there. And meeting back in a one-legged mountain pose. Hugging our left knee in. Giving a nice little squeeze. And then meeting in tree pose, taking the same variation you did on the other side. So either level 1, toes on the ground, heel above the ankle. Level 2, foot below the knee. And level 3, foot above the knee. We just want to make sure that we're not directly putting our foot on our knees. That's how injuries may happen. And then dropping our foot down, shaking out our legs. And then we'll come to a seat on our mats here, either legs crossed or sitting on your heels. And we're going to end our practice with a few breaths together and a few words. So you can have hands on your knees, you can have hands at heart center, or any other mudra or hand gesture that manifests with you. So palms facing up to receive energy, palms facing down to be more grounded, more reserved. So we're going to inhale through our nose, filling up our belly, our chest, our lungs. And we're going to exhale out of our nose. We'll do that twice more. Inhaling through our nose. Exhaling out the nose. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out the nose. And then we're going to inhale through our nose, holding it at the top, and sighing it out the mouth as we exhale. We'll do one more of those, taking our biggest breath of the day, holding it at the top, and letting it all go, go, go. And then rub your palms together, building heat, feeling the warmth, love, gratitude. And once you feel that fire in your palms, placing your hands over your face, feeling that warmth, that love, that gratitude, feeling that heat. And then option to take your 2 thumbs, massaging the sides of your head on your temples. Option to take your pinky and ring finger, massaging your forehead, your third eye. And then taking our hands off of our face back to heart center. You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you just need to breathe, let go, and be at peace with yourself in the present moment. And in the present moment, when we own our breath, no one can steal our peace within. Thank you for joining me in practice today. Be grateful for yourself. Be kind to others. Hope you have a wonderful day. And looking down towards our fingertips, together we say, Namaste. Hari Om. That's it.